Everyone, just thought I'd throw a video out there of what I was just sat moving things and charting things up, so I thought I'd record it and then I can just put it out there. And for anyone who wants to have a look at it, it's out there, isn't it? So let's jump through. Okay, so the G card. I've currently just taken back my candle. Took profits at a 1 to 3. And let me go back up. I've still got half a position running in a free trade. Look how close that was. Don't like this area, do they? That's my candle from the break. That's a nice big break. It took a while to come back, but they've come back. Now it's not broke that. And hopefully it's making the, I've got a bit of a consolidation on the way down to get it. So it'd be nice to see a breakout to get some of this imbalance here. But you don't know, could just blast through. But anyway, it's sort of hovering around in profit, not in profit. Down in the 15-minute. That's like I like to watch it. At the moment, it's sort of just flickering in and out of blue. Blue, red, you know. But stick to the plan, let it play out. I can tick it a yes or a no. Odd card. This is just broke here. So that structure there. Now, whether this is the move happening now and I missed it because I dropped down to the 15, but there's no candle there in the, I wouldn't class any of them as a banker's candle. That would be classed as it because it's the last up before the down. And potentially you would have got that. Because I dropped down and came closer. Life lessons every time. But down in the 15-minute, there was this lovely engulfing setup here. Rather than this, that would have been the last up before it started to come down. So it would have been there. So you would have actually caught that if you'd have gone for the last up. But for me, that was my last up in my eyes. Nice engulfing setup, a bit of imbalance sat underneath it. You know, so for me, that was a better setup than this. Because the engulfing was the other way. We've got a big push up, little push down, and then it sort of collected money, broke out, came down. Did come back to that candle, but there's still time, guys. You know, just because it didn't break out and come straight back doesn't mean it's not going to break out and come back. We broke structure again, so this could be a potential area. But I've learned over the past times to always keep this in the back of your mind, because that is a big push in anyone's eyes. Well, massive. So that's the odd USD. GJ Maya is sitting 4 hour. We're still heading back up for a 4 hour candle. Nice little flag going on. Just got into the fib zone, so we'll probably see a little bit of consolidation here where banks are just going to collect some money up. hopefully come back up. But there is that one up there as well. In the 4, I'm guessing I've marked that in the hour. With it being in the wick. Yeah, look, an hour. So there's them 2 potential zones there for it to. I've been adding a little bit of volume to my charts just to see if the nodes line up with any bankers candles. If there's any, you see how that got this noise here and then it dies off. I'm just trialing things with volume because I know volume and price action are the only things that you can't really, well, you can manipulate it, but we see the manipulation because you have, look at this, that's pretty much nearly bigger than that where that went off, which was on that banker's candle in the fib zone. Look, rejection. Yes, if you'd have covered the body, you'd probably get a 1-to-1 now, so you could close out at 1% now and done. Just from following a volume, volume node to a banker's candle to a rejection. So there's high probability of something happening at that area because of how much volume's been accumulated there. Anyway, it's just something I'm trialing. Sorry, did we even look at a trade on that one? Yeah, so we're looking up at this area for the potential pullback because we broke this structure. This seems to have broke. I know there's not much structure here. It wasn't from a push, but from the push, that was the last down. So it didn't quite make it down, or would you class that as your last push before it took off? If you did, you'd have caught that move. You know, it's all about your probability game. How well you stick to the rules. That's the last candle before it took off. Covered that, covered the wick. Let's do it. Let's do it. So there. Cover your candle. 1 to 7 in just do it this way quicker. 5 days. Done. That's a challenge complete in 5 days. In one trade. I mean, if you wanted to play it safe and take it to previous highs, you've got a 1 to 5. Well, that was in 20 hours. So you've waited another 4 days for 2% when you could have locked out 5% and moved on. This is all the things you have to tick in your head when you're going through trade and trade planning and exiting and okay, so 4-hour chart. Pull out. We broke. All this, but we are still trending down because we've not created a higher high yet. So we are still on the trend down, but have seen a reversal. Big pool of liquidity under here. So for me, I'm only looking for sells really in a situation like this because we are heading. Yes, it's pulling back now, but there's a big push here by whoever, big pot of imbalance. You know, drop down. All these dojis here, so I'd probably cover all them dojis and that imbalance. And just got to remember every trade that you place is unique. There's no, yes, there's patterns that we see, but they're never ever going to be the exact same candles in the exact same size, performing the exact same pattern. You know, it's always going to be different candles at a different time. So you've just got to be aware of what the patterns look like. I mean, you can drop right down into the 5 minute. I don't know if, let's have a quick look. If I can find one for you. Just like a little looking. Here, you have the accumulation, have the push out to break, come back to the last candle, pull the push up, which is that one. Last candle with all the push. One to three to previous highs. One to eight. Its peak. In. Consolidated, broke out. So we see the breakout. We take the profit in 1.5 hours. You know, it's just noticing the patterns. See that they've built money up. They've had the controlled flag up. They've come down. They've built money up. They've broke. They've come back. They've took off. Couldn't quite fill that imbalance, but that's pretty much where they're going to stick around now to collect that, and probably look for a push off here. I do most of my marking up in the hour, so it's right. So that's where we broke the internal structure. So I'm looking for it to come back. Always pick the furthest one away, cover them dojis, just leave it. I've got them all in line as I'm looking at them. Come and check every single one every morning. And we've broke, so probably by tomorrow morning they might be up here looking for this fib zone, or they might be down here, don't know. But I like to do most of my stuff in the hour. I look in the daily just to see which way it's going, up or down, and then I'm pretty much down in the hour. And then I look from the candle in the 15. Once I've found my break, I'd like to get to a point where I'm in the 5 minute and I'm just nipping little profits like I've just shown you. But for now, I like to set it and leave just to become confident that it's working, which it is. So this one, sorry, there's quite a bit of IPA and stuff on this one. And all right, so that can go, because that's been gone through. That can go. That's a trade I took. Not quite took that. But if you look at the breaker structure, flag down to possibly picking a candle up here. Now they broke off. Always coming back to collect. But they've not come back to collect from here. Sat on some IPA. Yes, there is a possibility of coming down here. What's the fib saying now? We've created the high. That's giving me the same sort of area anyway. That fib's irrelevant now because it's part of that bottom here. But yeah, it's sort of giving me that area anyway, pretty much bang on. 71, 78. So I'll possibly look to cover this candle as well. Not there. Gives me fib zone. That. So that's where we broke all this structure here for me personally. Previous high, previous current high. Break. Couldn't quite make that imbalance, so I'm guessing they're coming to collect here before making the move. Possibly see a nice little controlled flag down. Nice little control flag to come and collect that. This is all quite tight and nice. See how they've come back. They've come back. Give us a high, which is now give us a fib zone. Pretty much an engulfing setup between them three candles. They blasted out of a box, let's say, but they've always been back to get these. That one has been taken back by that. It could come back to you and it could blast through, but my probabilities, I've got an engulfing in a fib zone, sat on some IPA, possibly at a point of interest, more than likely. Yeah, look at that. Touch, 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 touch. You know, everything's stacking up for that area to be a good little earner. So if I'm covering that as well, I want to be there. The 20 pip stop loss, maybe a little bit more, maybe about 25. Going for a 1 to 5. That phone's going mental. It's my birthday today. It's ding-dong in. Got J. I haven't had a look at these ones for a while. See how that didn't work. One before did. I could have took profits. In fact, I don't think I could have. That one candle. Oh yeah, I'd have took a little bit of profit there, possibly. But again, it's not a loss, it's a lesson. So delete, unique opportunity, goodbye, bye. Now we're in consolidation. See that? But we're still trending up. So you could, if you wanted to, don't be shy. Stick this, just stick it on your trading view, because we are actually trading in high territory now. That's never been. Just keep going up with them here. Keep going up until we see a defined break of structure. 1 to 6. Sat on some imbalance. We could class that sort of as a top, as it's sort of consolidated. So look what the fib's saying. See how it sort of lands where all that imbalance happened. This candle here, so likely to see some form of big drop before we take off again, because they're leaving nuggets everywhere. Imbalance, imbalance, a bit of imbalance here. So if we put fib zone there, delete that off. Okay. Just past the highest, I think that's like the highest price ever. Right. I don't know. That back in 2007, 8. Golfing set up at 118, but we're only at 107 now. It's just floating around. You see here, right? Point of interest, interest. But in the space of a year, it spent a year up there. I'll have a look at the others afterwards. Jump into Bitcoin, have a quick look at Bitcoin. It's been moving nice and behaving. Let's see how that's just had like a nice true flag up. So they're gonna have to come back and collect all this money they're leaving behind. Money. So we could see the Canadian dollar drop over the next couple of days, possibly. Bitcoin. Everyone loves a bit of Bitcoin. We've just had a break. See how it's never come back on itself, and now we've had the pullback. It's not quite up the imbalance. That will be a candle in the hour. I drilled down to the 15-minute. I like the look of that. That's the last up before the down. That's my breaker structure. We just sort of come into the imbalance, but not took it. I'm hoping for a nice little flag up to then take the drop. Even if they're just coming to take that imbalance back, got a 1 to 8. Take partials and just let it ride. Possibly looking at $171,000 in a day. Got a big enough account, that'll do you for the year. Yeah, so Bitcoin. Let's get back up to the hour so you can see what's happening. It's just broke all this massive structure, so we are looking for a recovery back down here. If I was to put the fib on, that move gives me this area here. Oh, we could blast through to the bottom. We don't know. But it's our probabilities. We've had the break. Now we'll have the recovery to collect all these imbalances. It could turn around at any of these positions, or it could blast through. We don't know, but there's imbalance and stuff up here. We've had breaker structure. I'm looking for a little cell to follow it down to collect all these bits. Nuggets they've left behind. It's just turning. Possibly see it take this before it comes back, or take that before it takes that. I don't know. Anyway, stop share. Hope someone finds this interesting, educational. I'm going to jump off now. Got a nice bit of Blue Profit going to see my birthday out for the afternoon. Hope you all have an absolutely amazing day, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye for now, guys.